Okay, I have my earplugs in, and put my mask on. All right, well, let's go for it. Well, we're back. My name is Donald, and this is video 3. What I've decided is that we're going to break video 3 into thirds. The first third of video 3 is going to be talking about sanding and preparing the boat below the waterline for the new paint. So I'll go in more depth in a moment with you on that. The second video of video 3 is going to be painting below the waterline, which will really end up occurring towards the very end of this project. And then the third half of video 3 is going to be pertaining to wet sanding the freshly painted anti-fouling paint below the waterline. But today we're going to talk about what I've done with sanding the boat, and hopefully I may be able to answer some questions you may have. But first of all, the paint on the boat was very thin and light, so it really was not difficult to sanding the paint off the boat below the waterline. I'm not entirely through, for that I have not done behind the pads, and I haven't finished the keel. We'll talk about the keel in a minute. But basically, I have about 10 hours in sanding below the waterline, which if you would come back here, you'll see I've done most of the keel. I mean, I've done all of the keel, but I'm not through with the keel. And then I've done all back here. And show them, there's one area that I haven't done yet, right here. I haven't finished that, but that would probably take me 10 minutes, if that. So I'm very pleased at how the paint came off. I have a nice textured surface to apply new paint to. But the overall condition of the boat below the waterline, I would say, is in excellent condition. Considering the boat's 50 years old, I think the previous owner, and I've said he's a one-owner boat, I think took a great deal of care in the boat. And so I'm just very pleased at what I had to work with, because it could have been a lot more work to be done to get it to where it is now. And the owner did tell me that he's actually rebuilt this rudder, and he did race the boat. So this to me is more of a racing type of rudder. It's quite different from what the boat came with, but just would say that it too sounds to be solid and in good shape. So again, the paint came off without too much trouble, and the keel is what I'm going to have to focus in on now. As I've said before, the keel is iron, but it has some type of a coating over it to protect it from the salt water. But as you can see, I'm going to have to prep the keel and put some more compound over these bad spots and sand them and prime them, but I'm going to wait and determine what paint manufacturer I want to use, and maybe see if they don't recommend a particular compound or epoxy that I can fix these areas and seal them up to prevent the salt water from penetrating and rusting the keel. But there are spots like right here that need some attention. Right here, that's bare iron right there that will rust like this has. And then I have some issues around the perimeter of where the keel meets the hull. But overall, here's another area that has come loose. So that will need to be sanded, and again, I'm going to have to find out what I should use to say seal up the iron keel and make it just sort of stay in excellent shape. I used an orbital sander, probably about a 5-inch, and it was about 60 grit paper, and it was not very coarse, but again, the paint came off with the greatest of ease. So if you like this video, if you would, click the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next procedure.